And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. The show has an AL East matchup. It's the Boston Red Sox and the Toronto Blue Jays. Today we've got two teams with a lot of history, but it's traditionally been a one-sided matchup, Singy.
Yeah, they've certainly had the upper hand every time these two face off, Boog. I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes down in today's matchup. I mean, at some point, the trend has got to stop, right?
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Just about to get underway, and on the mound in this one, Roy Halladay. And Chris, he seems a lot more comfortable pitching here at home than on the road, right?
Indeed, Boog, and there can be several factors, whether it's just sleeping in your own bed, being around your family, going to your favorite restaurant before you come to the ballpark. I don't know what it is for him, but the numbers are clear that he's been dominant in this place. The only frustration is you see how good he is at home, and if you're a teammate or a coach, you're looking and saying, hey, if you can be almost as good as that on the road, you're going to have a great year, and we're going to win more ball games. Just missing off the plate there, according to the umpire, and out there on the mound, maybe trying to get an explanation. Can't say he's convinced, but it looks like he's accepted it.
Swung on, belted. That one's deep and gone. The first batter of the game leaves the yard. It's his 8th home run of the year, and they grab the lead. It's 1-0. Singy, that's his 199th career home run.
Well, 200 homers is an exciting number for anyone to get to. He's got to be looking forward to that next one a lot. Well, you got to love a game that brings some action from the jump. And at the plate, he was looking for a pitch to absolutely drive. And, you know, leadoff hitters aren't up there anymore just working the count, trying to get on. They're looking to make some noise and do some damage.
Now batting Jarren Duran. And there's a foul ball. Swing and a pop-up. Has a beat on it. And puts the squeeze on that one. And there's one away. Take a look at the lineup. This is a ball club that can really slug. Lots of homers, lots of extra base hits. And, Chris, that, of course, a huge part of success in the standings for this group.
Well, if you're going to be successful in today's game, you've got to be able to hit the ball over the fence. Just defensively, very hard to find the holes. And when you're talking about guys, you know, coming out of the bullpen, throwing 95 and above, very difficult. It's hard to string together 2, 3, 4 hits to score those runs. So definitely critical to hit those homers, get the extra base knocks, and that's exactly what they've been doing.
Now, power is such a big part of the success that we see with the good teams in the league right now and even in the postseason. David Ortiz up next for the Red Sox. Ortiz came up with 4 hits in his last game.
1 strike. Ball. 1 ball. 1
2
strike.
outs, base is empty. The 1-1 is fouled off. That one missed. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
And now it's filled up.
3 balls.
Rafael
2
Devers
strikes.
on deck for Boston. Red Sox already leading. High fly ball out towards left field. And it bangs off the foul pole. Home run. He sends one out the opposite way. It's their 2nd home run of the inning, and they boost their lead. It's 2-0. And Singy, he just loves hitting against this guy, doesn't he?
It's like he's been facing him his entire life. Looks so comfortable in the box against him. Well, he really crushed that thing down the line, and everyone had to hold their breath until it clanked off the pole. And every time that happens, it just kind of feels like a trick shot or something. But really, it's just a stroke of luck that it stays fair long enough.
Rafael Devers up to hit. Swing and a ball ripped right field, and that one back, and that one is gone. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. His 19th home run of the year, and they tack on to their lead. It's 3-0.
Back-to-back jacks, and this club is fired up right now, Boog. I mean, this is the kind of thing where you really start to notice hitters in a lineup feeding off each other, and the collective confidence just continues to grow.
And with 2 down, the Red Sox, the early lead, and now the DH. That's out to center field. Moving under it. Hauls it in to end the inning. 3 runs for him here, and they move ahead. Bottom half of inning number 1 coming up. It's the Red Sox 3 and the Blue Jays coming up. Back here at Rogers Center, and our pitcher tonight, Garrett Crochet.
Well, he's allowing just over 1 base runner per inning, which is really good, especially for a starter, because these hitters get to see you 2, 3, maybe even 4 times in a start. So just shows you how deceptive and how effective his stuff is. We'll see if it's that way in this one.
We go to the bottom of the first, and now here's a speed threat. Outfielder Devin White. And there's a ball.
They're off to a great start. 3-run lead after their first inning, but so important to be airtight defensively. Don't give away extra outs and allow that other club to get back in this ball game.
Bunt attempt, but that goes foul. The Red Sox are looking very strong so far this season. Swinging a foul out of play.
Yeah, when a team's winning at this kind of pace, Boog, the vibes are great. I was on 2 different teams that had a .600 winning percentage or better in the first month of the season, and both of them went on to win the division.
Swings through that one. It's a strikeout.
He's really good hitting the baseball the other way. So credit the pitcher for having him out in front of that pitch. Clearly, he had him fooled.
And the batter now, number 12. Ball 1 there. 1 out, base is empty. Base knock right field.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters They take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Swing and a high fly ball left field. Snags it for the second out.
Batting fourth, the third baseman.
Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. And a big factor for them in recent games, Bo Bichette.
Boogie's hitting better than .320 on the season, which is pretty special being in the age of launch angle, lots of strikeouts, and the shift. Yeah, hitters hate the shift. He's having lots of good contact, and he's having luck finding space out there on the field. He is an engine for this offense.
Edwin Encarnacion in the box now. No balls and a strike. And that one is downstairs.
1-1.
And the count even 1-1. Encarnacion matched a homer in his last game. Check swing. Did he go?
1-2.
Yes, he did. Fights that one away. Still 1-2. That one ripped. That's back. That one is gone. He sends it out of here. That's his third home run of the series. It's 3-2. That's his third straight game with a homer, Singy.
This dude is on fire, Boog. These kinds of streaks just don't come around too often. A breaking ball on the inside part of the plate requires a hitter to stay really square with his mechanics. If you fly open with the front shoulder, there's no way you keep that ball fair. An outstanding job mechanically. He deserves that home run.
Joe Carter next up for the Blue Jays.
Really strong hitting performance recently. Can make it a 5-game hitting streak with a knock in this one.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
0-1.
Swings and hits one in the air out towards right field. Duran makes the catch, and that is that. The Jays get a pair on this homer. It's now a 3-2 ball game. All set for the start of the inning. Now the left fielder, Manny Ramirez. This guy is an elite level hitter, especially considering contact and just the ability to hit for average. What you really like, though, stays in against those righties, and that's not so easy as a right-handed batter. Halladay back to work. Misses just off the outside edge. I think that was a strike.
There's some players, for whatever reasons, they seem to just face a slew of right-handed pitchers, and their comfort level increased so much that they'd actually prefer to face that same side thrower in a tough situation.
Yeah, most guys struggle against the same side, whether it's left on left or right on right, and this guy's an exception. Next offering is in for a strike.
No, that's a ball.
Singy wasn't very sharp in the first, got hit around a little bit, just wasn't able to locate particularly well. A lot of stuff in the fat part of the plate.
Yeah, Boog, he wasn't fooling anyone. It's a tough place to be because it's not always obvious what adjustments need to be made. Sometimes it's location, sometimes it's being too predictable.
Forward, take your base.
Sometimes you're tipping your pitches. He's going to need to figure it out quickly, though. His ability to draw walks has been something that's been part of his career since day one.
Here's the shortstop at the plate. That one is absolutely belted. That's down. One hops off the wall. Now he launches a throw over his head. Now second and third and nobody out.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. Fastball pretty much middle, and that's what you fall asleep dreaming about as a hitter. So no surprise he put a great swing on it.
And stepping in for Boston, Masataka Yoshida, one of the stars in the win yesterday, as he had 3 hits. Wow, nice play from his backside. Run scores, but a terrific play to get the out.
I love the fact that the pitcher didn't become a spectator on this play. Nice job by the first baseman to dive, get dirty, knock that ball down. And if the pitcher's not there, he's got nobody to flip it to. Excellent job by both those guys.
Here's Alex Bregman. 1 home run shy of 200 for his career. Yeah, that's fouled off. Bregman with just 1 more homer to reach the 200 career mark. And a foul ball.
You know, we usually talk about bigger numbers when it comes to homers, but only about 400 major leaguers have ever hit 200 round trippers in their careers. He's putting himself in great company.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
And a pitch. This one lifted in the air, left field. Flashes the leather on the running catch. 2 away now.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
Jarren Duran up next for the Red Sox. He's 0 for 1. Out there to center. He's got it. And that is that. So a run on 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. We go to the bottom of inning number 2. The Red Sox 4 and the Blue Jays 2. Back now in Toronto. Bottom half of inning number 2. Now it's the DH, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. This guy who grew up in big league clubhouses. Got to be a nice feeling, Siggy, when your father played in the big leagues and he passes down all that wisdom. That one misses. Ball 1.
I can only imagine the comfort level of being in the ballpark for those kids who are fortunate enough to have a dad that played in the big leagues. Them being on the baseball field, for some it's pressure. For them, they feel that they are right at home.
Swing and a miss. Strike 1.
2-1.
And that misses. And now 3-1. There's a strike.
Okay.
And he couldn't hold back. He's rung up on strikes.
Well, he hadn't seen that changeup the entire at bat until that fairway pitch. And it's pretty tough to deal with as a hitter. You're up there battling, trying to read and react with 2 strikes, and then all of a sudden a pitch comes out of nowhere, and it's a good changeup. It's just almost impossible to hit it when you haven't seen it.
And now the first baseman, 2 for 8 in the series so far. That one's upstairs, ball 1. That misses the zone. 2-0. Rusty Valentine doing the umpiring behind the dish for us. Maybe the best name in the league.
Yeah, that's a solid one, no doubt. I mean, who's better to ask than you? I kind of wonder if Rusty's his actual name or just a nickname.
Yeah, no clue.
This lefty matchup thing's not going so well. Anyways, Rusty's got a good zone, very good on the corners of the plate, but he'll give pitchers a little bit above the letters and below the knees if they're earning it.
Bichette in his 6th season in the 8th spot in today's lineup, and he's been on a good run at the plate, hitting over 300 in his last 10 games. Bo Bichette in the box here lets that one go for a ball. The kick and the pitch. Runner goes. Bounding ball here. Rolls foul. Swings and misses. And it's 1-2. Man at first, one away. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And he's registered 3 Ks in this one.
I think he might have gotten away with one right there. That was a very hittable pitch right over the heart of the plate. And I know that batter is kicking himself right now. Would like to get that pitch again. Just pulled the string on it, and the deception gets him the K.
Manny Sanguillen getting ready to hit.
It's been a tough stretch for him at the plate. Only 2 hits over the last 5 games.
No, that's a ball.
Really close pitch down around the knees there, and you could see him asking where it missed. Probably doesn't agree, but it appears he's ready to move on to the next pitch.
Clips the corner. Going to count 1-2. Got him swinging. He chased the changeup. He's notched 4 strikeouts now. Blue Jays held in check. They trail it here 4-2. Welcome back, and take a look at some hot hitting in this series as we check out the numbers. And a foul ball.
You know, these Red Sox doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. They're hitting everything thrown at them. Their contact rate is in the low 90s. It's like they know what's coming, and that's just pretty ridiculous what they're doing right now. Those numbers are well above the major league average.
That's off the mark, and it's 2-1. This to third. Tosses to first. 1 up, 1 down.
The first baseman, number 34, David Ortiz.
Here's the Boston cleanup hitter, David Ortiz. He's already homered here in this one. And that one hammered. That's back there. That one hops against the fence. Safely into second. He's got a double.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. Double into the gap, and that was a really nice swing to beat the inside pitch. He just beat him to the spot. Kept his hands tight inside that baseball, and that just allowed him to drive it into the alley right there.
1 out. Runner at second. And it's Rafael Devers in the box. He's already homered in this game. Swing and a foul back, and that's out of play. Devers recently taking home Player of the Month honors.
And what a show he put on last month, Boog. Really impressive work at the dish, and I'm sure his teammates and the coaching staff appreciate it. Great having a bat like this in the lineup.
Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still able to fire over, and they get the out. Good recovery. Wasn't easy following the misplay.
Now batting, number 55.
Now here's the Red Sox DH. Fly to center his first time. This one in the air, right field. Bautista. He's there. He's got it. And that's the 3rd out. So 1 hit is all they get. We move on to the bottom of inning number 3. The Red Sox 4 and the Blue Jays 2. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well.
Devin White.
That one's in there. 0-1.
No ball. 1 strike.
Swing and a ground ball. Bregman Fires to first on the run. It's there, and that's a great play.
First of all, that's just a nice job to even get to that ball. And then even more impressive was the throw. Off balance, had to try to, in the air, get his shoulders turned and make a strong throw. Does show off the strength of the arm. We're usually used to seeing that kind of arm strength from the shortstop.
Number 12 stands in now and watches strike one. On the ground. Devers throws on to first. And a couple of quick outs.
Now batting, number 19.
2 outs, base is empty. Jose Bautista next up for the Blue Jays. Fly to left his first time. That's in there. It's 0-1. On the ground to the left. And it goes just foul. Swing and a ball drilled in the air towards right center field. Duran puts it away, and that is that. So they go quietly there. On to inning number 4. The Red Sox 4 and the Blue Jays 2. Welcome back. Let's take a look at how the series has played out so far.
24, Manny Ramirez.
Inside corner, that's a strike. And it's 0-1.
Well, he hasn't quite settled in out there. 4 runs in 3 innings. He's going to have some quick 1, 2, 3 innings to pitch deep into this ball game.
Swing and a miss.
0-2.
And that's in the dirt.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Up the middle. Base hit. That was smoked through the infield. And a good start to the inning.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side. And the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
Man at first. And the batter will be the shortstop. That one hit to right. 1 down.
Now batting, the catcher, Masataka Yoshida.
And here's the catcher, Masataka Yoshida. Swings through that.
Man, he really sells the changeup with that arm action.
Red Sox by 2. Swinging a foul straight back.
That's a ball.
Line drive.
They couldn't have asked for a better out. Makes a great play on the line drive, and they keep the runner at first. Just like that, they're almost out of the inning.
And next for the Red Sox, Alex Bregman.
His next home run will be the 200th in his career. It would be pretty cool to see it right here.
And the first pitch misses for ball 1. A upstairs.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games.
That one missed. Jarren Duran to bat next. And ball four, 2 aboard.
Not what he wanted to do right there, Boog. That keeps this inning alive, puts a runner in the scoring position, and a chance for this offense to add on to their lead.
First and second, 2 outs. Jarren Duran now at the plate. 0 for 2 in this one. And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Not sure if he was expecting for the pitcher to come right at him, but he got a nice cookie there and just watched it the entire way.
Gets him to chase after that one. Movement in the Blue Jays bullpen. Eric Swanson getting loose out there. Green also throwing. Into center on his way in. Nice grab on the run. And that is that. Boston strands a pair, but they still lead this one 4-2. Welcome back as we take a peek at the starting pitching so far this year.
Encarnacion.
On the ground, right side, and foul ball. There's a strike at the knees. That one way outside. 1-2 to count. Got him. Outside pitch got the better of him that time.
Well, that's always the key to effective pitching is getting ahead in the count. And as a pitcher, it really allows you to start expanding the zone. Hitters become defensive, and all of a sudden that plate starts to get really wide. And what happens is, because of the pressure, you end up committing to a pitch as a batter before you recognize what it is, and that's what leads to the strikeout.
Carter in the box with 1 away as he takes ball 1. And that is out of play. Red Sox leading it by 2. One down, base is empty. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
Blue Jays, the designated hitter, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Struck out swinging his first time. Swing and a miss.
No ball. 1 strike.
2 down, nobody on. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Next offering in there for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. Well, it was bumpy in the early going for the lefty, but he settled into a really nice groove. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. Nothing doing for the Blue Jays. Still down by a count of 4-2. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league.
Wilyer Abreu.
Halladay back to work. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Abreu, the former Gold Glove winner, 25 years old, and he's usually in right field, but today he's patrolling center. Down to the dirt, swing and a miss.
Some guys love to make that adjustment from a corner spot to center field because in center you get the best view of the ball game. You're looking straight in at the hitter's area. On the corners, you're blocked a little bit.
That's down and in.
That's a ball.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Next pitch is outside.
He's really tightening up his hitting zone with 2 strikes here. I love it.
On the ground, right side. Tosses to first. And the leadoff man set down in their half of the 5th.
Up next for the Red Sox, the first baseman, David Ortiz.
Now here is David Ortiz. And that one upstairs, ball 1. Ground ball right side, and that's just foul. 1-1 now. And it's fouled away.
Pretty impressive. We haven't seen that pitch from him much, but he's got a really good feel when he throws it.
Hit in the air, center field. Settles under this one. He makes the grab. Out number 2.
The third baseman, number 13.
2 down, base is empty.
Devers.
Stepping in, Rafael Devers. And Devers hits that one. Carter makes the grab on the run. No runs, no hits, no errors. Home half of the 5th coming up. The Red Sox 4 and the Blue Jays 2. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far.
Number 9.
That one fouled off.
Well, these Jays just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. They've been chasing pitches outside the zone all game, and it's led to some frustrating moments. They've been fooled quite a bit today.
Strike 2.
Well, you got to give him credit out there on the mound. This outing started off a little shaky, but he's found a way to settle in and turn this into a pretty good start. That shows you a lot about his mental makeup as a pitcher.
Make it 4 strikeouts in a row. Just cruising along.
No, you know that's got to be very frustrating for this guy. He knows the strike zone extremely well. And you know what? Good hitters are not going to compromise. He'll take that punch out, but ultimately stick with his plan and have more success than anything else.
Bo Bichette up to the dish. And that one fouled off. Another one. That's 5 straight strikeouts.
Well, right now he's in cruise control, autopilot, just dominating these hitters. I mean, it doesn't look like it's a fun at bat. And all of a sudden, you become in awe of this guy on the mound. Somebody's got to break this thing up. That's 5 straight strikeouts. Got to put a ball in play.
Next to hit, Manny Sanguillen. He struck out swinging at his first at bat. And that's off the outside edge. 1-0.
Well, he looks more focused at the plate and working the count after that first at-bat strikeout.
And now 2-1.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
That's off the inside corner. And now 3-1.
He hasn't fallen behind in the count like this all day. He's in danger of walking his first batter right here.
Check swing. He went too far, and it's a strike.
Well, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Swing and a miss, struck him out. And he strikes out the side for the second time today. Offense held in check there. We're through 5. The Red Sox 4 and the Blue Jays 2.
Now pitching for
We're
the
back,
Blue Jays.
and they make a change to start the
Number
6th.
50.
The new pitcher, Eric Swanson. He last pitched 2 days ago. Here. Now the Red Sox DH. A swing and a miss as he chases way out of the zone. That misses the zone, and it's 1-1. Just missed. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. That's back. And that one's gone. His 18th home run of the season. It's 5-2. That's their 4th home run of the game.
They can't stop, and they won't stop hitting home runs in this one, Boog. They're clearly feeding off of each other at the dish. That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And, you know, there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow-through to drive it out of here.
Manny Ramirez up next for the Red Sox.
A walk, and he's also singled.
Got it started a little too early. Strike one. Swing and a miss. Chased it out of the zone.
Well, he's been aggressive right out of the box, and a smart pitcher is going to play off of that, especially when you get to 2 strikes.
Swing and a miss. Splitter in the dirt. And it beats him for the first out after the drop third strike.
First strikeout for him in this one. That splitter is maybe the go-to pitch when he's looking for a swing and miss like that. He throws it quite a bit, and that's a good example of the effect it can have on a hitter.
Pop foul out of play off to the right. And now the count is even. 1 out, base is empty, and a run in, and we're the top half of the 6th. That one the other way, and that's a base hit.
Love how he let that ball travel, trusted his hands. Nice job of going the other way.
1 gone, runner at first. Now here is Masataka Yoshida. Swing and a pop-up in foul ground. Sosa hauls it in, and there's 2 away.
The batter number 2, second baseman, Alex Bregman.
So the batting order turns over. So stepping in for Boston, Alex Bregman. And first offering is fouled off. Inside, just missed.
1 ball, 1 strike.
On the ground to third, Sosa sends it to first, and that'll do it. But the solo shot stretches their lead even further. It's 5-2. Bottom of the 6th. And now for the Jays, Devin White. I think when you contemplate him as a player, the first thing you think about is defense, and you think about that great arm.
I also think about the speed. If he can get on, that's going to give one more thing for that pitcher to think about.
Yeah, that's fouled off.
On the mound, he had a little trouble back in the first, but it's been a different story the rest of the way. Really settled into this outing nicely.
Another one, and that makes it 7 consecutive strikeouts.
Now batting.
Now the number 2 hitter. Singled and scored back in the first. He's 1 for 2. He's someone that you might not describe as having elite level speed, but he can absolutely move, and it is a factor in his game. He swings and fouls one off.
Boog, this guy's definitely a plus runner, but what I love about him is that he goes all out every single time, never takes a break. It's guys like that, even though they don't have the elite speed, the fact that they're consistent with it, they make moves on the base paths.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
1 and 2.
And that's another strikeout. 8 in a row. Unbelievable. Chris, third time through the order, and a couple of quick outs for the starter.
Yeah, he's been very frugal today, economical with the pitch count.
And next for Toronto, Jose Bautista.
Well, they've kept him pretty quiet in this series. Still doesn't have a knock. I know you want to get that first knock out of the way. Maybe more will come, but you got to give some credit to the pitching staff. They've had a great plan against him.
Right through there for a strike.
He doesn't seem to like to pitch up. Hasn't offered on either one of those pitches. 0-2 count now. I think the guy's going to climb the ladder out there.
Swing and a miss. And he strikes out the side for the 3rd time today. 1-2-3 go the Blue Jays, and the deficit remains 5-2.
Now pitching for the
Welcome back.
Jays.
We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound,
58.
Chad Green.
And compared to a lot of other relievers, strikeouts have not been a big weapon for him this year, so the defense should be active.
And stepping in for Boston, Jarren Duran. 0 for 3 in this one.
If there's nobody on in front of him, a single for him many times is a double. This guy is off to the races, ready to steal a bag when he's on first base.
That one's upstairs, ball 1. That one pushed foul. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Swing and a ball lined out towards center. Makes a nice grab at a full sprint. And there's one down.
That was just a great jump and route to the ball. Well, it had to be. If he was going to cover all that ground and bring in that sinking liner, that's the way it had to be done. Nice job.
Abreu, the batter now, as he swings and misses for strike 1. Toronto's bullpen with some action. Juan Guzman preparing to come on if needed. And that's in there at the knees.
No ball.
Base is empty, one away here in the top half of inning number 7. Just misses with that one. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
The first baseman, number 34, David.
And next will be the cleanup hitter, David Ortiz. He had a big swing for these guys way back in the first inning.
Yeah, Boog, he didn't waste any time in this one. The solo shot really got his team going, and he's looking for more right here.
Swing and a high fly ball right field. That one back, that one on its way, and it's gone. Another homer. His second home run of the game, and they add a pair. It's 7-2. That's their 5th homer of the game.
Man, they're all getting into the action. It's starting to feel like a home run derby up here. Well, he went up there 0-0 looking to do damage. I think he had his sights set on that pitch. He went and got it and circled the bases.
One out, base is empty. Here's Rafael Devers. And first offering is fouled off. Still only one out here in the inning. And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it. One down, base is empty. Pitch is in the dirt, and that's ball 1.
Whoa.
He's trying to stay down in the zone, but the hitter just will not chase. Now back in a 2-2 count, he's going to have to go to something else to get him out.
That one misses, and now it's filled up 3-2. Swing and a ball drilled center field. On his way over, hauls it in for the out. And there's 2 away.
The batter, number 55.
2 outs, base is empty. Now here's the Red Sox DH. Up and in, and that's ball 1.
Well, it's a good pitch there.
No strike.
Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, you had a broken bat as you jog back to the dugout.
No,
that's a little bit low.
Well, they gave up the home run earlier in this inning, not pitching as aggressively here.
Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Way back there. Gone. Straight into the visitors' bullpen. He nails one out to right. He's done it again. His second homer of the game. And they add to the lead. It's 8-2.
When a guy's got a real hard fastball, you can't overswing. All you've got to do is get the bat head to the spot. If you do, he supplies the power, and you'll get to jog around the bases like he did right there.
Manager out of the dugout, and he's going to make a change. Chad Green departs, and as he heads for the dugout, we'll take a quick break. New arm on the mound when we get back.
Now pitching
out of the bullpen for the Jays, Juan Guzman.
Number 57.
Well, he's been a really tough guy to take deep this season. You usually have to string some hits together in order to get to him.
Two outs, nobody on. Digging in, Manny Ramirez. That one drilled left field, and it stays fair. Around first, digging for two. The throw in, and he's out. Cut down, and that ends the inning. Back here at a blowout, which gives us a chance to talk about just about anything.
Bro, don't get me fired.
All right, Singy, you've tightened up the hairdo, but back when you played, how valuable was it to have a barber in the clubhouse?
Well, Boog, I'm going to say invaluable. That's how valuable. But it was because I was the barber.
Number 3.
Yes, I was the team barber, man. I'd be cutting hair 7:05 game. I'd be finishing cutting someone's hair at 6:45.
Whoa.
I'd ask these guys, you're making millions of dollars. Why can't you go to a stylist and get your hair done? You're coming to the clubhouse pressuring me to cut your hair before a game.
That one finds the zone, and it's 1-1. Would they pay you?
No, absolutely not. Not even a meal on the road. So I think it's great now that most of these teams have professional barbers that come in and make them look fresh before the games.
Swing, and this one's bounced on the ground. Over to first. One up, one down. Scale of 1 to 10. How good a barber were you?
For a non-professional, I'd say I was probably a 7. But if I was comparing to professionals, I'd be like a 3.
So digging in, Joe Carter. There's a strike.
I'll never forget the time that I cut Jose Canseco's hair. He had a pretty big melon, Boog. And
big dome?
It took a while.
Yeah.
There's a little pressure there, too, because he had a big date that night, and he wanted me to make sure that everything looked good.
Wow.
Yeah. He's a big guy, too. I didn't want him to hurt me.
Yeah, he's large. Into the outfield, base hit. And they have their first hit since the second inning. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now.
Usually when a pitcher's had a dominant outing, he has filled up the strike zone and he's gotten ahead in the count with first pitch strikes. Well, that's exactly what this guy has done in this one. Over 70% first pitch strikes.
Got him swinging. A big performance on the mound. Lots of strikeouts. That was number 14.
Yeah, totally trusting his stuff in this one, Boog. Feeling really good about what he's working with, and that really allows a guy to attack hitters. You know, such an important mindset to have out there on the mound, especially when you're ahead in the count with 2 strikes.
Number 9 in the box with 2 gone, and takes a look at a called strike. Swing and a miss as he was out front that time. Out to short. They get the force. Inning over. This one pretty well decided at this point. We look ahead to inning number 8. Red Sox 8 and the Blue Jays 2. And we're back. We're at the top of the 8th. And now the shortstop, number 15.
The shortstop, number 15.
Fought off foul. Boyer in his 4th year, just 21 years old, and he was born in the Dominican Republic. And that one fouled off. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Leadoff man is out here in the 8th.
Well, one of the things that hitters will do is they'll look for that red dot on the baseball as it's coming in to let them know what the pitch is. And if they see the red dot, it's typically a slider. But when a guy's got a really tight one with high spin rates, very difficult to determine. And that's probably why we saw a swing and miss right there. Just a nasty pitch.
Drops into the glove, and there's 2 away.
Second baseman, David Hamilton.
David Hamilton digs in now. Entered the game on defense, so this is his first trip to the plate in this one. Cut on and lifted in the air. Bautista makes the grab, and that's the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. Last half of the 8th coming up. Red Sox 8 and the Blue Jays 2. Welcome back as we take a look at their upcoming schedule.
The shortstop, Bo Bichette.
Crochet back to work. Foul ball. Next offering is fouled back. Strike 3, struck him out for the 3rd time today.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his 3rd strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
Sanguian stands in here, takes ball 1 low. And another ball.
Struggled a little bit in this one. Couple of strikeouts earlier, but doing a much better job in this at bat to get ahead and find a good hitter's count at 2-0.
Check swing, but he went too far. Now 2 balls and a strike. Foul ball there. Swing and a miss. Had him out front for the strikeout.
The center fielder,
Devin White next up for the Blue Jays. 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts and a ground out. Feels like it's less common today that you see a guy like this. The speed component, the contact component, but lack of power. Knee high, that's in for a strike.
He just has to understand that his skill set is unique and he's very valuable for any ball club. If he does that, he'll play a long time in this league.
And that's in for a strike.
No balls, 2 strikes.
That's the 3rd. Whips it to Casas. 3 up, 3 down, inning over. Nothing doing for the Blue Jays, and it's still 8-2. And welcome back to the ballpark. Now it's the right fielder, Jarren Duran. There's a swing and a drive. He won't get there. That should be extra bases. Relay to second. Not in time. That's a leadoff double.
He had a pretty ugly 0-for going into this game up until that at bat. So a little sigh of relief there. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
So man aboard, and now the center fielder, Ceddanne Rafaela, came into the game on defense. So his first trip to the plate here. That misses, and it's 1-0. And a foul ball. Swing and a miss. Now he's in a 1-2 hole.
That split is a pretty nasty pitch. Explodes out of the hand. Looks like a fastball, and the bottom just falls out of it.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And a strikeout for the first out here in the ninth.
Well, that slider down and away, it's just kind of a slow death. With 2 strikes, you're looking to protect, and halfway to the plate, you know you've committed, and you know you're going to have no chance of touching it.
Oh, now this one's high and deep, way back there, on its way, gone. He goes deep in his first at bat off the bench. And they throw a pair on the board. It's 10-2.
Elevated fastballs, especially away, are like putting a ball on a tee. Hitters do a lot of cage work. They're comfortable hitting off the tees, and he was comfortable right there hitting that ball opposite field for a home run.
Rafael Devers up next for the Red Sox. Hammered down the right side, but foul. 2 runs across in the inning. All Red Sox in this one. And a big swing and a miss.
They can live up in the zone all game if hitters will chase it. That's just too much velocity. Hitters got to look down in the zone.
And ball 1.
I don't think he was trying to miss by that much in an 0-2 count. Just tried to overthrow that pitch.
The Red Sox up big in this one here at the top of the ninth. Fouls it off, still 1-2. One down, base is empty. In the air, right field, pretty well struck. See you later. They go back to back. Home run number 20 on the year. It's 11-2.
Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch. Absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
Here comes the manager out of the Blue Jays dugout, and he will make a move to the pen. Juan Guzman will depart, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break.
Now pitching.
New pitcher now for the Jays, Jose
Number
Barrios.
17.
I think it's got to be a little tough coming in out of the pen when your guys are trailing so big on the scoreboard. Just doesn't have the same intensity to it, but he's got to find a way because these batters count the same for his stats, obviously, regardless of the score.
One down. Next is the designated hitter. Liner snagged at first.
Up next for the Red Sox, the left fielder, Manny Ramirez.
2 down, base is empty. Manny Ramirez up next for the Red Sox. And first offering is fouled off. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. And that is that. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. On now to the bottom of inning number 9. It's Major League Baseball, and it's on the show. Bottom 9.
Leading
now
up
it's the
for
second
the
baseman,
Jays,
number
the
12.
Second baseman, number
The
12.
MO for him is contact. A guy who's going to deliver average, not a ton of power. He's looking to hit a line drive somewhere.
Well, that's why it's a team. And when you look at a lineup, he's a great 2-hole hitter or a guy that you could put at the bottom to help turn that lineup over to have some momentum for your top hitters coming up to the plate.
This one in the air. Hamilton has this one sized up and makes the grab. And there's one down.
Now batting, number 19.
And the batter now, Jose Bautista. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a strikeout. And there's the strike.
Tired or not, he's relentless with the way he pitches. He might be exhausted out there, but his stuff is still nasty.
And that one upstairs. The Jays with a lot of ground to make up. We're in the last half of the 9th inning. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. Blue Jays have just 1 out left here.
Up next for the
Edwin
Blue Jays.
Encarnacion next up for the Blue Jays.
Encarnacion.
Right through there for a strike. Next offering upstairs. Hit to right, and that should do it. And that should be extra bases. And that's going to kick into the corner. Round second, digging for third. And he's got himself a triple. Runner at third, 2 gone. Here's the left fielder, Job Carter.
And a first pitch fastball is in for a strike.
Runner at third, 2 away. Hammers that one, curling down the line and foul.
Clearly he was geared up for the fastball right there. Maybe got a little jumpy and excited out of the hand, but he certainly didn't miss a stitch.
Got him, and that's the ball game.
It seemed like from the first pitch of this ball game, this guy was going to get it done. A quality start. Who knew he'd throw a complete game and get the victory? But an excellent job of continuing to just throw what the catcher put down. He navigated through this ball game, a jam here, a jam there, but ultimately it was an outstanding outing.
11-2 the final tally, and the road team picks up the win and picks up a sweep. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.